Hello students, I am Akash and I am your physics mentor. So today we are going to start a new course which we already declared, and the name of that course is Bridge Course. So in that Bridge Course, we designed the course like that the students who are weak in that particular subject, they can level up his knowledge. So the students who are studying in 11th or as well as appearing in 11th or in 12th class, they can watch this video. So as this is the first lecture, so I want to clear some basic physical quantities and what is the unit of that physical quantities and what does it means, that also. So what we will do, we will start directly with this particular session. So the name or the first point we are going to discuss it, units and its physical quantities. Units and the physical quantity. So what does mean by unit? Basically, the unit is nothing but the standard of measurement. If you want to measure something, it must have units. Otherwise, it doesn't have any value. Is it fine? So like if you go to the particular shop and if you ask to that shopkeeper to give 5 sugar, it doesn't have meaning? No, not at all. And if you ask like that, please give me 5 kg of sugar. So what does it mean? You are giving the unit. The unit is kg. So from that, shopkeeper easily understand what you want to say. So if you want to clarify that particular value or to clarify the particular quantity, you should have the units. Okay, then what is meant by physical quantity? So the physical quantity is nothing but the quantities which we can measure. So the 25 quantities which I wrote is nothing but the physical quantity. These are the physical quantities because we can measure that things. Is it fine? So basically what I told, unit is nothing but the standard of measurement at particular physical quantity. So basically we have three types of particular quantities. First is fundamental quantities and its units. Second is derived quantities and its units. And third is supplementary units. Okay, in fundamental units, it is totally independent on other quantities. Suppose if you see the length is fundamental quantity because it is totally dependent on itself only. So there are 7 fundamental quantities. Is it fine? And it has its particular units. So if you consider the length, its unit is meter, centimeter, whatever it may be. If you consider the mass, its unit is kg, gram, whatever it may be, time, its unit is particular second, millisecond, whatever it may be. But these are the units which are independent on other quantities, right? You can say like that. So we can call these quantities as fundamental quantities. Now, derived quantities. What is meant by derived quantities? So to derived quantity, you can see over here. I just wrote the frequently used physical quantities. जो हम लोग बार बार यूज करेंगे 11th 12th में, वो quantities मैंने इधर डिस्प्ले किया है. So what we will do in today's session, we will just discuss the quantities and its unit and what does it means. So one by one we will start it. So first quantity is velocity. Velocity. So velocity is nothing but displacement upon time. Right? Rate of change of displacement upon time, you can say. So, or velocity which we can have are two types. So there is average velocity and there is instantaneous velocity. Average means what? Suppose A and B point is there. If you have taken the average speed or average velocity in between that, we can call this as average velocity. And what is meant by instantaneous? Suppose if you want the particular velocity at this particular position only, suppose at t is equals to 4 seconds. at this particular. So this we can call it as instantaneous velocity. Okay, so for average velocity, we need to consider the total path. And for instantaneous, for that particular instant of time, we are calculating. So this is the velocity. And if you ask the unit of its, the unit of velocity is meter per second, because displacement in meter or centimeter, but the generalized unit is meter per second. Okay, time is in second, so meter per second. So this is about the velocity. Now second is acceleration. What does it mean, acceleration? It's also very simple. Acceleration is nothing but the velocity upon time, or rate of change of velocity upon time. So A we can written as dv by dt. It's a rate of change of velocity upon time, or velocity upon time, whatever it may be, velocity upon time. Is it fine? So acceleration is nothing but the rate of change of velocity upon time. You can say like that. So if you ask the unit of acceleration, the unit of acceleration is meter per second square, because velocity unit is meter per second and time is in second square. As simple as that. So acceleration, if the velocity is constant, we don't have any acceleration, because dv is 0, right? V2, dv means what? V2 minus v1, final minus initial. So it will be 0 because it's a constant throughout the time. So it will be 0 when we are having the constant velocity at that time. Now see, what is angular velocity? So these terms we are getting in case of angular motion. So this velocity we are having in normal velocity in linear motion. Here we are having the angular motion. So angular velocity, which is denoted by omega, is nothing but the d theta upon dt, and its unit is radian per second. D theta upon dt means what? Angular displacement upon time is nothing but the angular velocity, and it is denoted by omega. And if you want to add something, v is equals to r omega is the relation between linear velocity, this is the linear velocity, and this is the angular velocity. So r into angular. So this is the relation between the linear velocity and angular velocity, right? So this is about the angular velocity. Now angular acceleration, it also very simple. Angular acceleration means d omega by dt. Angular acceleration, alpha you can say, d omega by dt. Rate of change of angular velocity with respect to time is nothing but the angular acceleration. As simple as that. Okay, so these four terms, I hope you all of you are understood. Is it fine? Now let's talk about the force, which is very important unit, or very important physical quantity in our whole study. Force. Right? Force is what? Force is nothing but the pull or push on that particular body. If you pull that body or if you push that body, we can say that you are applying the force. Okay, so if you want to give the unit of force, or if you want to define the formula of force, F is equals to ma, which is coming, or which we are getting because of the second law of motion. How? See, what is second law? The force is directly proportional to the rate of change of momentum, because momentum is equals to mv. So I am just taking directly, mass is constant, dv by dt. So if you want to remove that, we had remove that proportional sign. I am just putting k over here. M into dv by dt is nothing but the acceleration. So if when k is equals to 1, we are getting F is equals to ma. Okay, so F is equals to ma. So this is the force, right? And its unit is Newton. Its unit is Newton. Is it fine? So how Newton? We can also give the unit kg, meter per second square. This is mass and acceleration. This is nothing but the Newton. So this is about the force, pull or push on that particular body. We can call this condition as a force. Okay, now pressure. Pressure is very simple. Force we cleared. Pressure. Pressure is nothing but the force upon area. So its unit is Newton per meter square. I cleared that thing? Very good. So it's Newton per meter square, which is pressure. Okay, or we can call it as Pascal also. This is the another unit. Okay, so this is about the pressure. Now momentum. Momentum is nothing but the, we can denote generally the momentum as P. So momentum is nothing but the product of mass and velocity. So mass and velocity, if we write the mass and velocity, the product of mass and velocity, we can call this physical quantity as a momentum. You can just write unit of it also. Mass is kg, the velocity is meter per second. So kg meter per second will be the unit of that particular momentum. Then impulse. Impulse is also simple. Impulse, you can say like impact. So impulse is equals to force into time. That means impact, you can say that it is the force in that particular time. For how many seconds the force you are applying this side. So its unit is Newton second. Are you getting this? So impulse, I hope you understood impulse. Then angular momentum. See, angular momentum. This is the basic thing. So I am taking the I hope you understood that things. So as fast as possible I am taking this. So angular momentum. So angular momentum is what? Suppose it is denoted by L. So angular momentum is linear momentum into R. Okay. So L is equals to, so we can write mv into R. So because P is the mv, so mvr will be your linear momentum. Is it fine? So this is linear momentum, or angular momentum is also cleared. Then surface tension. What is surface tension? This is also one of the phenomenon which you are going to see in the fluid related particular chapters. What is that surface tension? So surface of the water is behaving as a stretch membrane. The tension is there, right? So this tension we can call it as surface tension, and is force by L. Okay, surface tension is force per unit length. That means Newton, its unit is Newton per meter. Is it fine? Force will be in Newton and L will be in meter. So surface tension is force upon length. This is cleared. We are just discussing the quantities, so that's why we are not going thoroughly in that particular case. As that particular point, we are going to cover all these points again with thorough manner. So in that case, we are going to cover properly that things. Anyway, so time period. What is time period? I think all of you understood that understand the time period. Time period is nothing but the time taken to complete the cycle, or time taken to complete the oscillation. So general time is also generally in seconds. So time is equals to 2 pi by omega. Generally we just considering this particular equation for that time period. So t is equals to 2 pi by omega. Now frequency. Frequency is exactly inverse of time period. So it will be omega upon 2 pi. So it is the number of oscillation or number of cycles performed in unit time. So we can call this as frequency. So it is denoted by generally N, or sometimes it is denoted by F. Is it fine? Or it is, its unit is in Hertz. Okay. So this is about the frequency. Now electric current. Now this electric current is related to your particular second part of physics. You can say like that. So electric current, I is equals to Q by T. That means the charge flowing in that particular time, we can call this condition as, or this thing as, electric current. And we also know what is the unit of electric current. The unit of electric current is ampere. Is it fine? Electric current. So in that particular concept, we are going to thorough with that particular things. Okay, so don't worry about that. So electric current. Now electric potential. What is electric potential? It's nothing but the work done. So suppose if you want to move that charge from point, suppose this is point or infinity to a particular point. So this is the work done to move that particular charge from this particular point to, from infinity to that particular point. And its unit is electric potential. It is the work done to move that charge from any point which is infinity to that particular point. So electric potential is nothing but the volt. So we are just, its unit is volt. Is it fine? Now let's talk about the stress. What is meant by stress? The stress is deforming force per unit area. So the stress is deforming force per unit area. Suppose this is body and you are applying a force on that. That means because of that it gets deformed. So that deforming force upon that particular area of application of that particular force, we can call this as stress. Okay, its unit is same as the pressure, so Newton per meter square. Now strain. What is strain? Strain is nothing but the change in dimension to the original dimension. Suppose this is body and you are applying the force. Because of that, suppose the dimension gets changes. This length becomes shorter. So in that case, change in dimension or change in dimension, you can write to the original dimension. So this is nothing but the strain. Okay, change in dimension to the original. It doesn't have any unit. Okay, dimensions are there, so it doesn't have any units. Now let's see another important concept, work. What is work? So basically we know that work is nothing but the product of force and displacement, right? It's a product of dot product. If you want a more exact, the work will be dot product of force and displacement. Okay, suppose if the body is there and your application of force is like this direction, and if it is making angle 30 degree, then we have two components, F cos theta and this one is F sin theta, and this, suppose this is the surface and the body get displaced like this. So in that case the displacement is like this, if you say, then the force will be F cos theta into S. So Fs cos theta, because this component of force is responsible for the displacement, because here this particular disturbance is there or obstacle is there, so this component is not taken part into work done. So F cos theta into D into S. So S will be the displacement. So I hope you understood the thing, and its unit is joule. SI unit is joule. Is it fine? So basically we are using this SI unit, not CGS unit, because it's a system international. So it is the internationally accepted unit. So if you go to America, if you go to particular Australia, you can use this unit directly. So that's why we are taking this SI units. Okay, so work is clear. Resistance. So resistance is what? Resistance is nothing but the opposition to its flow. Suppose the current is flowing in this direction, and this is the resistance. What is that resistance mean? It means that the opposition to flow. So that is, it making the obstacle to that particular flow. So it is nothing but a resistance, and its unit is ohm. We are going to thorough with that particular at that particular point, but I am here only just describing that physical quantity. So that's why I'm considering it as just normal manner. So anyway, so torque. Now torque is what? Torque is nothing but the force into perpendicular distance, right? So torque is equals to force into perpendicular distance. You just remember like that. So its unit is Newton meter generally. Okay, the SI unit is Newton meter. Is it fine? So it's about the torque. So torque we are getting the rotational motion because of that torque. When you are opening the door, what happens in that case? You are applying the force at the extreme end of door, and the force will be perpendicular, and then we are getting the rotational motion. Is it fine? So this is nothing but the torque. Now let's see about the power. Power is nothing but the energy per unit time, right? So the power is equals to energy divided by time, and its unit is watt. Okay, watt, kilowatt, kilowatt hours. Okay, kilowatt. So not kilowatt hours, kilowatt. So we can use this unit as of the power. Okay, now let's see. I just missed density over here, so I just written over here. So density. What is density? Density is nothing but the mass upon volume, and the units which are seeing right now, these are the derived units, Derived units. Okay, So mass upon volume. So mass is kg and meter cube. So kg per meter cube. This is the unit of that particular density. Okay. So now this is very simple. Then the gravitational constant. What is gravitational constant? The G value. What is G? Capital G I am talking. I am not talking about small g. Small g value is 9.8. What is capital G? We know that Newton's law of gravitation is equal to G m1 m2 upon r square. So this G is the gravitation constant. Gravitational constant. So this is unit Newton meter square upon kg square is equal to G, because this is the unit. Because if you move that r square over here, f r square upon m1 m2. So this will be the unit of, or this will be the formula of G. So unit of G is Newton meter square upon kg square. Kg square. M1 M2 is there, na? So kg square. Now specific heat. This is related to heat. We are generally experiencing that particular units in that heat related chapter, like thermal properties of matter and all these things. So specific heat. So specific heat, nothing but the amount of heat required to increase the temperature by 1 degree of unit mass of substance, or amount of heat required for unit mass of substance to increase the temperature of it by 1 degree centigrade. Is it fine? So this is nothing but the specific heat. Now modulus of rigidity. So modulus of rigidity is related to stress and strain. So longitudinal stress upon longitudinal strain. What we know, longitudinal, you can consider the stress and strain. So stress upon strain. So you can write modulus of rigidity. Modulus of rigidity is nothing but the stress upon strain, you can write. So stress is F by A and strain is change in length to the original length. So this is the formula for modulus of rigidity. Am I right? So this is about the modulus of rigidity, or you can consider it, call it as Young's modulus also. We will see in that particular point. So don't worry about that thing. Now last one is magnetic field. What is magnetic field? So it's very simple and its unit is Tesla. So magnetic field is what? Suppose you have a magnet like this. So the influence of that particular magnetism side to it or surrounding to it, we can call this thing as magnetic field. The influence of that particular property of magnetism, or influence of that magnetic lines, you can say, or influence of that magnetic field is nothing but the lines which are the magnetic lines which are surrounding to that particular magnet. So that means up to this point only we are getting the magnetic effect, right? The influence or the surrounding influence of that particular bar magnet, of particular magnetic lines of forces or magnetic lines, we can call this total field which is surrounding to that magnet, called it as magnetic field. Is it fine? So this is about the particular physical quantities which we frequently used. I have not taken all the quantities, like we are having the different other quantities also, but I am just specifying the frequently used physical quantity over there. So anyway, this is about the brief introduction. I am not give the thoroughly introduction of this. When there is particular part, suppose when we are talking about that force in that upcoming videos, then in that particular case I am going to consider the deep knowledge of that particular thing. I am giving the deep knowledge. So just stay tuned with me, or stay tuned with us for such a video. And if you have any doubts, then you can just post the comment over there on YouTube, so that we will discuss that particular concept in that next videos. So anyway, just bye bye, take care, good night.